Hello, nice to meet you. This is Dr. Kim from Richgo. Hello, this is Kim Kiwan from Richgo. Representative, I need to gather funds to invest in real estate, so I have to raise seed money. I have been involved in stocks and cryptocurrencies to accumulate that money, but I haven't been successful. However, I heard that there is a way to easily raise 200 million won today.
I think we should have a conversation about this. If we manage to save around 200 million won, it would make us really happy, right? We have exactly 200 million in cash and we were planning to save it. Shall we talk about it? So, you were trying to gather 200 million, but you only have 200 left? Let's move on. There is a very fast way to gather this 200 million, and I would like to share this method with you. In just the first half of this year, 600,000 people have done it. Have you not done this in the first half of this year, 2024? Oh, I just heard about it today. You heard about it for the first time? I have heard of it, but I didn't know how to utilize it. So today, after filming the broadcast together, I want to focus on learning more about this ISA, individual savings account, which I only had a superficial understanding of. When you say ISA in English, it sounds like interest. So, what about interest? Of course, it should be pronounced as I and S, but it sounds similar to interest. Yes, interest really adds up in our lives. So, yes, the ISA is great. Now, if you look here, we have the individual type, which is what we usually do at banks, and then there are trust types and brokerage types. As you can see, the current subscribers of the ISA, individual savings account, are in the brokerage type. Yes, the number of intermediary type accounts is continuously increasing. Currently, the number of subscribers is approaching 5.5 million. This means that a significant number of adults have signed up for it. Therefore, it is possible to quickly raise 200 million won with this. After all, this is a comprehensive asset management account for individuals. Could you please let me know how this can be done? Now, if you look, the banking sector is quite quiet. But since the 20th year, the number of subscribers in the securities sector has significantly increased. By the way, the ISA, individual savings account, is currently being automatically managed by artificial intelligence at our affiliated company, Prism Investment Advisory, right? Yes, so later, I will prepare a video with Dr. Hong Jin Wook to discuss this part separately. So, what is ISA? It's an account where interest accumulates rapidly. It's a versatile account that allows you to gather and invest various financial products like savings and deposit funds in one place. Now, what benefits does it offer? The income up to 2 million won is tax exempt. This means that no matter how much profit you make, you won't be taxed on that amount. Additionally, for low-income individuals or seniors, the tax-exempt benefit extends up to 4 million won. For any amount exceeding that limit, a separate tax rate of 9.9% applies. What is separate taxation? It means taxing separately. For individuals with a certain level of income, if it falls under comprehensive taxation, the tax rate can be quite high. However, because it is taxed separately, the tax amount is not significant. This is why we deposit money in banks. When we do that, how much interest does the bank take? They deduct 15.4% from the interest income, right? And if the interest exceeds 20 million won in a year, it falls under comprehensive taxation of financial income as well. So, what about interest insurance? A significant portion of funds can be lost to taxes. However, with the ISA, individual savings account, there are tax-exempt benefits and separate taxation, making it the best way to quickly accumulate 200 million won. In terms of JONS, a type of lease, there are considerable benefits. In the case of trust-type accounts, the subscriber chooses the upper management, while in discretionary accounts, the bank directly manages the investments. There are also accounts that are only handled by securities firms, which is referred to as Junggyong, a specific investment type. As you saw earlier, Junggyong it's increased, right? That's because of the intermediary type. But why? Because subscribers can directly invest in bonds or domestic listed stock funds. We experienced the Donghak Ant movement and the Small Ant movement, didn't we? As a result, a significant amount of money is now flowing into intermediaries. And what else is there? There's the exemption from dividend income tax. And even if there are losses in stock investments, profits generated from indirect products like overseas funds, it provides a set-off. So what does that mean? It means there are tremendous tax-saving benefits. Therefore, if you are thinking of saving 100 million or 200 million, you must definitely utilize the ISA, individual savings account. Now, when using it, there are certain criteria that must be met. It seems there are specific standards that need to be adhered to, and it is very popular. In this case, the mandatory subscription period is stated to be how many years? It must be filled for 3 years, right? Dr. Kim is currently stating that while there are a variety of tax-saving benefits, the subscription period must be fulfilled for 3 years. However, it seems that the benefits will increase starting next year. How? Well, the revised tax law was announced in the middle of this year. If this revised tax bill passes, the contribution limit will increase from 100 million won to 200 million won. The tax-exempt limit has increased from a maximum of 4 million won to up to 20 million won. Is that good or bad? Yes. Both our Richon and I think we should sign up for the ISA, individual savings account. It seems we need to make use of it. If the benefits are improving like this, as far as I know, many people tend to utilize the ISA right before interest rate cuts. So, we should act quickly. I think we should consider this a bit. It seems like we need to sign up for it. Now, if you look here, what is the purpose of the revision? The purpose of the tax law amendment is to significantly expand the contribution and tax-exempt limits to facilitate the formation of national assets and to enhance the demand base for the capital market. Furthermore, since people are overly focused on real estate, the aim is to encourage investment in financial assets such as stocks and funds. Currently, there is a lot of discussion about the high proportion of real estate in overall assets. Korea is a country with a very high level of development. However, the world is rapidly aging and the population is decreasing at the fastest rate. Therefore, what does this mean? On a national level, it is necessary to encourage people to increase the proportion of financial assets, not just real estate. This is the context in which this has emerged. Is there any risk involved? Yes, there is likely some risk. So, what does this mean? One should not invest recklessly in stocks. Instead, it is important to mix stocks and bonds appropriately. It is really necessary to allocate? Yes. So how do I do this? Today, I will explain how to utilize the ISA, individual savings account, to quickly accumulate up to 200 million won through various tax-saving benefits, as taxes are favorable. I will introduce this today, and next time, I will invite Dr. Hong Jun-ho to discuss specifically how I can manage the ISA account and similar options without any risk. Our Richard is also aiming for a windfall right now, and he has been diligently observing things. So, in the next episode, I think it would be good for us to have a serious discussion about that part. The concept of domestic stock type funds in the domestic investment type ISA, individual savings account, is a fund that invests a certain percentage in domestic stock listings. Yes, this has become quite popular, especially with the Donghak Ant movement, as investing in US stocks has been trending a lot. As a result, there is now encouragement to invest in Korean stocks, and this is being done to promote domestic investment. Consequently, what benefits have been provided? The investment type ISA, individual savings account, now allows individuals subject to comprehensive taxation on financial income to subscribe. Yes, previously those subject to comprehensive taxation on financial income were not allowed to subscribe. However, now, for domestic investment types, they are allowing subscriptions for those under comprehensive taxation on financial income. The reason for this is to encourage financial assets to contribute to the funding of domestic companies and to expand the demand base in the domestic stock market. Furthermore, because they are subject to comprehensive taxation on financial income, where do they invest? These individuals are investing in overseas stocks instead of domestic investments. Why overseas stocks? This means that separate taxation does not fall under comprehensive taxation. Therefore, for those who have a certain level of assets, this financial income is extremely important. And that's why we are introducing these benefits. I think this is a very well-designed system. So, the representative who was originally subject to comprehensive taxation is now able to take advantage of this benefit. At that time, I was also subject to comprehensive taxation, so I couldn't enroll. I tried to sign up through Prism Investment Advisory, but I wasn't able to. By now, my financial income has significantly decreased, and I am at a level where I will only be subject to a 14% separate taxation benefit, without the application of tax-exempt and low-rate separate taxation within the contribution limit for comprehensive taxpayers. However, this still has considerable merit. If it were to be subject to comprehensive taxation, I would have to pay taxes at rates of 40% to 50%. But since they only pay 14%, it's natural that even those subject to comprehensive taxation would want to sign up for the domestic investment ISA, individual savings account, right? Exactly. Now, if we look a bit more closely, who is eligible to sign up? Residents age 15 and older? Yes, those age 15 and above. Now, what does it mean to be subject to comprehensive taxation on earned income? It means that individuals whose total interest and dividend income exceeds 20 million won are considered comprehensive taxpayers on financial income. So, interest, dividends, and managed assets can include savings deposits, funds, and most domestic listed bonds. Up to this point, everything is the same. However, the contribution limit has been increased from 100 million won to 200 million won, and the annual limit of 20 million won can now be raised to 40 million won, effectively doubling the contribution limit. Additionally, the tax-exempt limit, which was 2 million won, has been increased to 5 million won, allowing everyone to benefit from this higher tax-exempt limit. The farmer-type ISA, individual savings account, has increased its tax-exempt limit from 4 million won to 10 million won. Additionally, any amount exceeding this limit will be subject to a separate taxation rate of 9%, which remains the same. As I mentioned earlier, this is a fresh approach to domestic investment type IS, So, this is available for residents aged 15 and older. Even those subject to comprehensive taxation in the financial sector can subscribe. This was created for those individuals. However, it is limited to domestic investments. Therefore, you can only invest in domestic listed stocks and domestic stock type funds. Do you understand? Next, the contribution limit is 200 million won, with a tax-exempt limit of 40 million won per year. For this, the limit is up to 10 million won. For low-income earners or farmers and fishermen, the tax-exempt limit is up to 20 million won for domestic investments. They gave much more. Yes, that's why they say to invest domestically. Now, the excess amount is subject to a separate taxation rate of 14% for those who are comprehensive taxpayers without any tax exemption. Therefore, there are no tax-exempt benefits for comprehensive income tax on earned income. Only separate taxation benefits apply. So, let me summarize this once again. Currently, there was only the general type. However, this is the amendment proposal, and it is still uncertain whether it will pass. Once approved, it will be applicable starting from January 1st. There are general investment options and a newly established domestic investment type. The contribution limit rose from 20 million won to 40 million won per year, and the total limit doubled from 100 million won to 200 million won. The limit doubled and the tax-exempt limit rose from 200 million won to 500 million won for general investments, while the limit for the low-income type rose from 400 million won to 1 million won. However, the domestic investment type has double these limits. Therefore, the domestic investment type has significant advantages. Benefits have been provided. Then, those subject to comprehensive taxation on financial income were not allowed to subscribe at all, but domestic investments have been adjusted to allow some subscriptions. In any case, the benefits are getting better. Although nothing is confirmed yet, if it is implemented, it will be from next year. So, is there a need to subscribe in advance? Because after all, it allows up to 100 million won, right? It allows up to 100 million won, right? If that's the case, then we can proceed with it. If the tax law improvements are passed, starting from January of next year, the amount will be increased.
Yes. So by doing this, you can gather 200 million won faster than anyone else and by any other method, right? Today I actually only knew about the ISA, individual savings account, but I mentioned that I hadn't thought about utilizing it. After hearing this, I felt like I should go home, study a bit, and try to make use of it. I was curious why so many people have signed up, and I heard that the number has increased by 680,000.
There are quite a few tax benefits associated with the conditions. These are definitely advantages. Because of the various tax-saving benefits, the actual tax savings mean that you can accumulate money more quickly since there is less tax on the profits. In short, you can think of this as an account that the government is currently promoting. Therefore, this is something you must definitely consider. Now, how can I manage this well without taking on significant risks? This will be addressed next by Dr. Hong Chun-wook, one of the top authorities in this field from Prism Investment Advisory.
I will try to shoot a video sometime in early to mid-September. Yes, today we will discuss the ISA, individual savings account, which many people are interested in, and how it is changing. Additionally, Dr. Kim will talk about ways to utilize it in the next session, so I hope you look forward to the next episode. Thank you for today. Yes, thank you.